Here we are at week 11 of the Sturtevant report. I feel bad that I'm not outside, but it's too wet to put my computer down, and it's too bad because the sun's coming out and the trees are gorgeous. I'm so sorry I'm in my kitchen, but that's where I am, man. So look, we don't have much time left in the semester, so let's stay on top of things. I'm going to give you some pointers as to what's going to take place here in the next few weeks. My plan is to do a virtual conversation and record it tomorrow, which is Friday. But I'm not sure that this one's going to come to fruition. I don't have a lot of takers. I'm working on getting a few more. I can do it with 3. But I will contact you on Friday and give you the prompt for Reflection 6 will be readily available. And it might contain a virtual chat or it might not. If it doesn't contain a virtual chat, I'll put down the prompts that I would have given the virtual chatters, and you just have to build your reflection from there. If anybody wants to jump into that reflection, just reach out to me today. I'm going to do this for the rest of the semester, which isn't much time. You need to stay on task, and there's 2 things that I'd be working on if I were you. I would work on my research paper, which is due on 11/11, and I'd work on my field experience, which is due on 11/18. Remember, with those field experience, in addition to filling out the log, watching the presenters, you also have to do those case studies. So you want to make sure that you're on top of that. You don't want to put that off to the end. It is a little time consuming. So I would suggest that you get started on that now, on both those, if you haven't already. And on the syllabus, it talks about reading chapter 7. Now you can just skim this chapter. But what I thought was important was this is on performance assessment. And if you are a PE teacher, if you are a music teacher, if you are an art teacher, this chapter is going to be very valuable to you in terms of assessing your students. So if you're in one of those 3 realms, one of those 3 buckets, make sure you dig into that chapter. And for the next 2 weeks, we're going to focus on a really provocative book, the subtitle of which is 15 Fixes for Broken Grades. It's by an author called Ken O'Connor. The last year I was teaching K-12, our principal was so obsessed with this book that we did a semester-long faculty book study of this book. And I'll confess, at first I was kind of skeptical, but I grew to understand the value of a lot of what Kenneth O'Connor, the author, is talking about. Now, I don't agree with everything he says, and there are massive problems to implementing some of his ideas. But next week, you are going to walk into class and we are going to start a video of him talking. It's about 45 minutes long, so it's going to be most of the class. And you guys jot down some notes, think about what he says. I think that you're going to be very captivated by it because it builds off a lot of the themes that we've had in this class, and it's incredibly provocative. A lot of older teachers really struggle with a lot of Kenneth O'Connor's ideas. But, and this is the big but, there's a big but coming, I can just smell it. We're going to take these ideas, we're going to take these 15 fixes, and we're going to pair them up with a resource that I'm going to explain in the next slide. And we're going to have one heck of a class debate on November 4th, the day after election, day after the national election. We're going to have this incredible debate in class. And Sturtevant has a very interesting way to format a debate, so there's lots of participation. I promise you. And then here's the other source I'm going to assign you next week. It's just about a 15-minute TED Talk. It's incredibly provocative. It talks about motivation. And the first time people watch it, they're like, well, what does this have to do with schools? I mean, come on, man. Student motivation is a huge part of this job. And you can take Daniel Pink's ideas and absolutely apply them to the classroom. And you need to watch it so you're prepared for our debate, which is going to take place on the 4th. See you soon.